Hi everyone, here I am insisting you to get back to art. Like today, like now. Welcome to yet another YouTube tutorials by Ayush Papers. I am Neha Chopra, an artist, an art educator, and also paving my way towards surface pattern designing and art licensing. Today, I am going to emphasize on the fact that you do not need a lot of things to get back to art at any point of life. Well, age is just a number. And because paper matters to me the most, I use Ayush papers. It comes in various sizes, as the A4 size, the portrait, and the square sketchbook. And since the sketchbook comes in varied sizes, you can take them for plein air or the studio painting or the miniature art, which are too adorable. Since it is going to be a painting which will get you back to art, I am going to use very minimal supplies. These are watercolor sticks by Daniel Smith. Detailed description of the products are given in the caption. Few brushes from various brands, including the round brush, liner brush, and the mop brushes. Let the fun begin. I am scribbling the watercolor sticks on my sketchbook in the way that it is depicting the sky and the land. My main focus is to paint a landscape, so I'm going to lay out the colors on the paper just as my intuition goes. The blues on the skies, the browns and reds and the greens on the bottom side of the page depicting the land. Remember to have fun. Remember to paint for yourself. Remember to not get into too much of technicality and divert your flow movement. Have fun while painting. There's nobody here to judge you. Now begins the fun part. Spray some water with a sprayer on the paper and let the colors flow, bleed, mix into each other. Do you remember when you loved to create? When exactly did you lose that essence? Are you trying to figure out where your creative side has gone? Let us discover that while having a free play while painting this painting. Take a brush, smudge the colors, and dab the excess water with a tissue paper. Know that getting back to art is an emotional requirement. It is something that you love, and even if it is after years, you need to get back to it for your own peace and happiness. First and foremost, remember that art is essential. And by that, I mean it's important to understand the need to have art in your life. I cannot emphasize it enough, but everybody needs art in their life in whatever form. Art is self-love, and by that I do not mean it as same as selfish. It can be difficult to put yourself first. It is undying urge to serve and not to think about ourselves that has been the motto of our lives. But please put yourself first. I assure you it is not the same as selfish, because you are going to be a better person in a better mood and with a better outlook. Getting back to the painting, add layers of colors. I've added a few yellows on the sky and the reds for the land. Smudge with your brush and let it flow. Do not think much while painting. Know that you do not need to be a professional sketcher when you need to make art. Even without knowing how to sketch basic drawings, you can still make art. There are no prerequisites of being an artist. I'm adding yellows and greens as a grass and dabbing out excess colors from the sky to depict clouds. My main motto is to have fun, not go into details but just purely have fun. Add more greens as the bushes from behind, they are smudged, not very defined and only seen from afar. It's important to do warm-ups to get back to art. These warm-ups open up your mental muscle skill and also help you to get confident with your brush strokes. While you are at it, there are going to be a lot of questions popping in your mind. Do visit ask.ayushpapers.com for any art related query and see the prompt replies by artists clearing your doubts now. To be consistent, it is important to find inspiration. One of the main reasons why people do not get back to art is a lack of inspiration. Yet it is the most easiest to be inspired now more than ever before. Stop striving for perfection. Fun fact, most artists never achieve the perfection they're looking for. It's what pushes them further to make even more art. Maintain a sketchbook. Sketchbook is your secret weapon. It is a place to find out what inspired you. Keep a track and slowly make it organized. Paint whatever you feel like, from nature to birds to sea, water, mountains, whatever that inspires you. Find your niche. And then paint your heart out and improvise on the niche. Find your community and connect with it. Although we may create in solitude, we thrive creatively by making the support of those who understand our creative journey. This is why it's important to find those kind, creative spirits to share our hopes, our struggles, our dreams, our fears with. Getting back to this painting, add elements of your choice. I like the brown mountains from far off and then added a tree on the left. Used a brush to just dab a few greens on the paper and let it flow by itself. I'll wait for it to dry. I'm leaving a space in between the mountain for it to depict a fog. Even as a professional artist, you sometimes need free play just for yourself. Adding to the ground is another tree on the right side over a grass. It's important not to add too many elements and make it distractive. Even in the course of life, control your distractions. We live in an age of distraction. It's like we cannot sit in peace with ourselves even for a few minutes. The longing to grab a gadget and scroll is stronger than any hobby or deadline. Creativity demands a certain amount of empty mind and space. The only other piece of advice I could give myself above all and most importantly is to be kind and forgive yourself and not always being able to live up to your own high expectations. The next thing I'd say is to start small. The point here is to not create something magnificent, but to simply create something every day and record the progress and learnings from it. Start small and finish it, and step behind to see in admiration of the tiny steps that you are so bravely taking. It also helps to have a dedicated space for your artwork. The importance of having a dedicated space can encourage you to get into a painting spree for as long or as short as you want. Setting up and packing up when everything is done can seem to be a lot of work and very discouraging. Finally, is there hope of getting back into a regular painting schedule even with all the changes that you have happened in your life? Absolutely, there is. Just take your first baby step. Finally, hope you had as much fun as I did. We would love to see your recreation. Please tag us.